Ladies, how are you today? So excited to be here. This is so much fun, and I am thrilled to be coming into the Holistic Queen tribe and sharing some fun knowledge with you. So thrilled to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And today, what we're going to be diving into is the inner work behind visibility. I'm so excited to chat with you about this because most people want to know, like, just give me the steps and just tell me exactly what to do so that the confidence magically happens. Hey, Melissa, thanks so much for letting me come in here. And the truth is, it doesn't magically happen. There are very few people on this earth that can just go live or get on video and feel like, oh, I finally arrived, of course. Like, it's really not that common. What's more common is to go live and to feel nauseous, sweating, break out in hives. I've had come on camera challengers break out in hives, cry, or have some tech go wrong and just like jump off because it's all too terrifying. So I understand both sides of the equation, and I would love for you to know a little bit more about me so you know why I love talking about this topic. If we haven't met yet, my name is Michelle Lewis. I'm a visibility expert, and I specialize in helping female entrepreneurs skyrocket their visibility, monetize their success, and bring their unique mission to the online space. I do this through online courses, my Visibility Mastermind, and free coaching in my Visible Entrepreneur group. So that's me. That's what I do. My background is actually in film and television. I grew up following my dad all around the world on film sets and went through film school myself and thought, I'm going to be an actress, right? But unfortunately, due to a lot of bullying and to one of my own acting coaches telling me that I was too ugly and too overweight to ever be on camera, I spent many a year as a stand-in. That is when you're replacing the actress when she's not on camera between while you're doing rehearsals for lighting, camera, and sound. So I got this close to my dream and was in front of the camera, but not when it was actually recording. So very unique how I sabotaged myself in that area, right? So when it comes to online visibility, the first thing that I want you to know is that all of the past wounds, past failures, and self-defeating thoughts are going to come stampeding out, and it's going to manifest as extreme fear, terrified of what people might say, and completely blanking out, right? Maybe a little bit of peeing your pants, like it's all normal. So there are a couple of ways to get to the issues behind that visibility so that when you do go live, you feel more confident, more secure, and you're actually able to be clear-headed enough to provide genuine value. That's what live streaming is all about. When live streaming first started, people were like, hey, like, check me out, going about my day and all that. And everyone's like, ooh, because it's a new platform. Now live streaming has taken over so much that we really have to provide more value so that people actually want to watch and engage in our live streams, right? And if you're an online business owner or entrepreneur of any kind, when you do your live streams, you actually want to be connecting with your audience and hopefully turning that audience either into your Facebook group, your YouTube channel, to subscribe to your list, or to buy your products. So to do that, we have to have a higher level of accountability of what we can offer. And I believe that with these steps, you can be an even more powerful live streamer. Okay, so step one, the inner work behind visibility. This is one that is not going to be popular. You're probably going to not like me for it, but it is resolving past wounds. When you don't resolve your past wounds, they come hurtling out, especially as an entrepreneur. This is when you wake up and you just feel like, why am I doing this at all? You feel like a total failure and you just want to give up and run away screaming. It isn't because you're failing. It's because these past wounds of in the past, when you failed at things or someone said, you know, like a family member or a best friend or a boyfriend that has said, why are you doing this? Like, you're not going to make money online. You're not going to make money doing any of this stuff, right? And so we train ourselves to automatically accept that we are failing no matter what's happening. So really important to resolve past wounds. When you don't, and you're on camera, and I don't care if it's live, does this look fuzzy to you? Make sure that it's focusing here. Sorry about that. There we go. It creates what I like to call layers of glass. between you and your viewer. What that means is that because there are scientific studies that show that your auric field goes 30 feet, by the way. So imagine that all of your past wounds create layers of glass. And we all know the thicker the glass, the more blurry the image. So for example, my husband, who's a cameraman, he loves the lenses that are, you know, the newest, because it means the glass has gotten even thinner. So it's a more clear image. A great example, we just watched it the other day, was Billy Lynn's something that they shot all on 4K cameras. And it was revolutionary because none of the actors could wear makeup because it showed this image so crystal clear. So what you don't want is to be going on your live stream with so much past baggage that your audience member can't even see you. And I know that you've seen these live streams before from friends or in other Facebook groups, especially if you're watching online like live streaming challenges. You see the person in there talking, but you can't connect with them. For some reason, you just feel like you want to get off of the live stream and not watch anymore. It's uncomfortable. That's because that person has so many past unresolved wounds that they can't even communicate their message. It's totally fuzzy. And we don't want to be wasting our time, right? We want every single one of our live streams to matter. And that happens by resolving past wounds. Underneath this, so yeah, totally, Melissa, so true about the glass. You're going to see resources, and you can find 2 out of 3 of these at visibilityvixenstore.com for books. But I'm specifically going to recommend Broken Children, Grown Up Pain. This is by an amazing guy who did all this scientific research and helps walk you through why you were broken in some way as a child and how to heal, because he shows scientifically how at the age when a trauma happens, if it is not resolved, you maintain that age mentally and emotionally. So if someone had alcoholic parents and were very severely traumatized at 5, even though they might be 25 now, they still act like a 5-year-old because their body is still in that fight or flight in that, in a way, PTSD situation, and they have not been able to advance to the age they are at now. So that's the number one thing. I know that you're like, I thought these are going to be really simple tips, but it's not easy to be an online business owner or an entrepreneur. It takes work, and it really takes more so than any lead pages or ClickFunnels or systems. It's the inner work. Okay. So that's number 1, is resolving past wounds. Number 2 is reconstructing mental patterns. More likely than not, unless you've done specific work around this, you have created a beautiful dome around yourself, and you've constructed this based on other people's words, other people's voices, other people's realities. So every time that you were told, you can't do that, you're not smart enough for this, oh, you'll never make money, money doesn't grow on trees, well, you know, your mom did this, this, and this, and so you're going to do the same patterns, whatever it may be, your subconscious files that away and builds around you what's called your reality. But chances are this reality isn't really even your own, right? Is this resonating with you? Do you hear what I'm saying? This reality has been constructed by other people's voices. So it's really important that you reconstruct your mental patterns. The best way to do this is reading Joe Dispenza's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And by the way, if you're really loving this live stream and loving the info, please share it or invite people on. That is a great way to spread the word. You need to reconstruct these mental patterns. This begins by actually being aware of these mental patterns. And I love to do that through a thought journal, just for one day. That's all you need, because we have an average of 95,000 thoughts per day, 95% of which are repeated thoughts from the day before or 6 years ago. Our percentage of new thoughts, 5%. Terrifying. So we have to change that statistic. So just start writing down every day in a notebook what your thoughts are throughout the day. It's okay if they're negative, just write them out, because you need to figure out what is my program so that you can step away from your program and reconstruct it. And that has to be done through reconstructing your mental thoughts. Because how can you get on a live stream and impact your audience and make sales if your reality is you're a failure, you'll never be enough, you can't do this, you might as well give up, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're never going to make money because no one else in your family's made money, blah, 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 blah. How can you communicate energetically for someone to invest in you or your program when you're projecting energetically that false program, right? That false reality. So this is a huge thing. This is why certain people overnight become, 5 or 6 figure business owners and then disappear. It's because of this automatic failure mechanism of their mental patterns. So if you want to be in this for the long haul, if you want to make money, and if you want your people to not just opt in, but be your raving fans that feel like they can trust you and actually benefit from you, you got to do the work. And that's resolving your past wounds, reconstructing your mental patterns. Okay. All right. Number 3, instilling a new daily reality. Installing a new reality daily. A little bit messed up there. It's really important when you wake up to picture your reality, because you don't want every day to be yesterday. You want to be creating a new day every day. So every day when I get up, I still, this is a work in progress for me because I tend to want to be up and on everything and managing everything. So I try to calm myself down and I lay there and I think, and I say to myself, today is a new day. It's not yesterday and it's not tomorrow. I am firmly rooted in the present. And then I think, what am I creating today? What am I attracting today? Where do I see myself in the future, right? So that can be anything from a new subscriber to doing a TED Talk, to making your first sale, to making more friends that are entrepreneurs, to anything in your life. It doesn't have to be business related. But you have to instill that new reality every day, because something happens. Neurons are brain cells, and neural pathways are based on repeated thoughts. They're built through repeated thoughts, but they also can be built for manifestation. And you're in this group, the Holistic Queen Tribe, so I'm sure manifestation is nothing new to you, but it's really important that you start every day setting that path. You're throwing that fishing line, right? Every day you're throwing that fishing line so that that fish gets closer and closer and closer. A huge problem is a lot of people want to make more money in their business. They want to have that free lifestyle, but what's the daily work that they're doing energetically and in themselves to make that happen? Besides saying, well, this is my dream, but it's not happening yet, blah, 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 blah. It's like, are you resolving your past wounds? Are you reconstructing your mental patterns every day? Are you instilling a new reality every day? Because the only reason why your life is still the same is because you're repeating the past. So if you want to be that forward moving train, how important do you think it is to be able to instill that new reality every day? So what reality am I creating every day? I think that's always a good example. I have now this background on my phone that I created because I felt like I wanted the people that were in my group to be able to have this on their phone every day. It says, I'm a visibility vixen. Number 1, I'm a unique creation. I can't read it so small, sorry. I'm a unique creation with a specific mission on this planet. Number 2, my empire is a rocket ship. I've got my blinders on. I only accept success. Number 3, I will fulfill my purpose and change the world because I've turned the lights on. You have to have a mission. You have to instill a new daily reality. And if you have to do it on your phone, get the app abundance reminder, or I think affirmation reminder, set it on your phone, make these things happen. It has to be through your daily practice. Okay. All right. So number 4, you're probably familiar with this one too. It is meditation. Meditation. A lot of it is presented as woo-woo. For me, I want to know the science behind it. Meditation is proven to take you from a beta state, which is high. This is why people's blood pressure is really high and their kidneys are stressed out and they feel such mental fog and mental chatter. And oh my God, squirrel syndrome, all that stuff, shiny object syndrome. That is because you're in high beta state. It also works in the reptilian part of your brain, which is the fight or flight. People wonder why their adrenals blow out, or after a launch, they end up in the ER. This happened to some of my friends. It's because they are constantly in beta state. What meditation does is it calms your brain waves and it brings you into alpha state. alpha state is such a powerful place to be. That's where growth happens. If we're in protect mode, reptilian brain, fight or flight, we are stagnant. That's where bacteria, fungus, and virus breed. That's when our body turns very acidic. When you are in alpha state, you are in growth mode, which means that you are more alkaline. So yeah, you're doing stuff in the brain, which is extremely helpful and beneficial for your brain, but your entire body benefits from spending those few minutes in alpha state. And over time, it starts to decrease our beta state. When you're out of that beta state and into alpha, you can do incredible things. I'm not going to go too deep into this because it's very like cerebral stuff. Dispenza does talk about that in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And you can talk about that more, but it is so important to meditate. Joe Dispenza, who I listed in your resources, also has an app, and that has some of his meditations, fantastic meditations. So that's another resource. I also have under the resources my Life Reboot course, which you can find at visibilityvixen.com, because this is a 30-day course that takes you through changing your life through these patterns, as well as intentional eating through peak frequency foods. No obligation there, just if you want those resources, they are there for you. So those are my 4 tips of the inner work behind visibility, with live streaming, with your business, with your brand, with video, with everything that you do. If you can resolve your past wounds, if you can reconstruct your mental patterns, if you can, what else did I say? If you can instill a new reality every day, and if you can meditate, I want you to think about, what would your world look like? How would your patterns change? How much of your mental space would be freed up if you don't continue recycling the same mental crap? That's how I've been able to create 6 courses, a mastermind, and thousands of emails into email sequences in the past year. It's because I had the space to do that. And as women, our gift when we're in our best state is when we're creating space, right? Not the hustle, not the grind. It's when we have the freedom to create. So this should be priority 1. And I really want to encourage you to do this work so that when you step out in the online space, on a live stream, on a video, wherever it is, you're going to stand out, right? Because you've done all of this work, and your brand can then shine and be that beacon for you. But it takes doing the work. So I hope this has been a helpful live stream for you, that you feel like that you've walked away with a ton of new information, probably a little bit too much, but that's just who I am. I do want to introduce you to the Visibility Summit that is coming up September 4th. I'm so excited about this because I put this together because I found myself not going to a lot of online summits because it was too long, too many speakers, and too many topics. So I sat down, brainstormed, and realized the first thing that I want my people to understand is how to master their message. So I've brought 8 expert speakers, not 100, but just 8, who talk about every aspect of your messaging, from core belief to brand message, to intentional colors, which is my segment, to authority positioning with Camila Gornia. We have social media storytelling with Angie Lee, how to market your message, and then how to create your unique publicity message. We even have Taylor Manning coming in and talking about putting your message into your sales page so it will convert higher. Everything about your messaging is in this summit. I'm so excited. We've already got a couple hundred people that are coming. I would love for you to join too. It is beautifully filmed with my cameraman hubby and dad on 4K cameras, so it's going to be a gorgeous experience. If you're interested in coming, the seat is totally free. You can click the link below or go to visibilitysummit.co. Let me know if you love this message. Let me know what resonated with you. I will be checking the comments throughout today, interacting with you. And in the meantime, thank you so much for being here. And I just wish you so much success and visibility in your business. And remember, the body follows the mind, and it's always important to do the work. Thanks so much.